Why do you think Red Riding Hood is such a great story to tell, and what is it about for you?
Well, I think Red Riding Hood has lasted for 700 years for a good reason. When you're a little kid, like you're 5 years old, you can just be scared of going into the dark woods alone or going into your bedroom and sleeping in your bed alone. And so you can put a face on your fear, like the wolf. And then you read the story and you actually realize that if you're brave and you face that fear, you can fight it and overcome it. So it's kind of a lesson, you know. But then as you get older, you notice that there's a lot kind of like erotic undertones and temptations and the dark side of yourself. So you can keep finding another level of meaning, you know, at each point in your
What
life.
has been your other favorite children's storybooks and why?
I think I liked, you know, who doesn't like Cinderella with a glass slipper? You know, we all have the shoe fetish, I guess. That was a good one. And the evil stepsisters are kind of fun.
It seems like there's a trend right now with the movies coming out for Snow White and Cinderella
Right.
and other fairy tales coming to the screen. How do you explain this wave of films?
Well, I think that people do realize that it's a very rich ground. It's fertile, that you can, as a filmmaker, you can use your imagination to create like this unique fairy tale world, but you have these classic iconic characters that have deep symbolic meaning to all of us. So it's rich.
Leonardo DiCaprio is mentioned as a producer. How is the collaboration and how much input did he have?
He and his company came up with the original idea for this, and they love the idea of going back to like the old versions where there was a werewolf, you know, that was a shapeshifter, you know. So that was just such an intriguing concept, and he was involved in the screenplay, involved in casting. He's very cool to work with, and he's got just the highest standards. You know, no matter what you're doing, make it as good as you can. Work on Sunday. Have another rehearsal. You know, he really encouraged and pushed us to do our best.
Would you like to be a werewolf, and what would you do with those powers?
I would think it would be kind of fun to be a werewolf, because then you could live outside, just live up in the mountains, be wild. I would be a vegetarian werewolf, so if you saw me approach you, because I'm vegetarian, you would think that I was going to go for your throat, but instead I'd grab your salad.
What is your favorite scene in this film and why?
Well, one scene that I really loved was the medieval rave, you know, where we had this huge crazy festival that I kind of was inspired by the paintings of Hieronymus Bosch, where you see like all the crazy revelry, and we actually copied the instruments, the hurdy-gurdy and the like standing pipes, and recreated them for the festival, and we used a wonderful Swedish band, Fever Ray. Karen wrote a song for us, and that's what's performed in the festival, and it's a wild dance.